All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to help you to hit a better topspin or kick serve by getting a better racket drop. Now, quite often we focus on getting a deeper racket drop. I know a lot of people struggle with this. And just to briefly cover it, that happens because you've thrown the elbow up and out and the hand on the racket should drop. What we don't want to be doing is just dropping the racket down the back. But we're not really going to focus on that today. We're going to look at the angle of the racket drop because it needs to be in a specific angle to be able to throw the racket in a specific direction to create that topspin, to create that kick. Now in this video, you're going to see me working with a video analysis client, helping him with this. But I thought I'd share it with everyone watching because I think it's a subject that, one, I've not covered, and two, I think it's something that a lot of people will benefit from. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below if you got something out of it, and enjoy. All right, mate, let's take a look at your topspin serve with the goal of getting a safer second serve, which I think is a great goal. And I have a few things to point out. I'm going to look at the racket drop and swing path. But the first thing I want to talk about, I know I've addressed it a little bit in the past, is watch your hand. All of your fingers, or a lot of them, come off the racket. So there's a tendency when you do this to shift slightly into an Eastern grip. Now you could re-grip in a continental and keep the same grip, and maybe a couple of pros might do that. But in my experience, as soon as someone lets their hands off the racket, it's usually to put them into a slight Eastern grip because it just makes it a little bit easier for you to strike the ball. But because you're trying to get more topspin and ultimately some kick on it, just try and keep that strong continental because this is probably going to turn you out of that slightly. Now, the other thing to focus on is the swing path. Now, when you're hitting a first serve, you want to get this racket on edge right here. You want to kind of get it behind the ball. And then as you come in, you're going to pronate. And this is a great angle. I love the angle between the forearm and the racket. And this makes sense, especially when you're hitting a flat serve. But when you're hitting a topspin serve or a kick serve, the racket drop has to be in a different place. Now let me pull up my video here. So this is going to be a slice serve, kind of like it's going to be a first serve with a bit of slice on it. Now look where my racket drop is. It's pretty much, it starts over here, but it swings around. And at this stage, I'm pretty much getting it in line with the ball. And then my swing path is going to be pretty linear towards the target as I rotate my arm. But if we look at this, when I'm hitting a kick serve, a monster kick serve, poetic license, I think they call that. Look where my racket drop is here. A very different place. Do I not hit that clean? Crikey. All right, but anyway, the racket drop is happening here because I'm swinging across the ball and I'm kind of swinging out at a 45-degree angle over here somewhere. So my body is facing more sideways. My swing path is swinging in pretty much the direction my body's facing. And the swing path is, the racket drop is here because the swing path is that way, right? It's going in that direction. I had quite a bit of kick. There it is. So what you're doing is to get this racket drop a little bit too much behind the ball, which means that as you come in here, you then have to sort of cut across it and swing away from your body. So you can see how your body's facing forwards, but your arm is getting thrown out to the side. So first of all, stay sideways, but then feel like the racket drop happens here, which it is here. It's not wrong, but you got to deliver the swing from this position and swing out and across the ball. Now, obviously, we're serving from a different side of the court, so it's going to be a little bit different. But what I would recommend is you practice serving from the ad side, because it's just going to give you a more, it's more intuitive to do what I'm asking you to do. It's more counterintuitive to do this from the do side. So practice from the left side of the court. Feel like that racket drop happens in that position I'm talking about, and then just feel like you're delivering the swing from that position. So you're swinging up and out at a 45-degree angle. And I guess we'll leave that there. Let me know if you've got any questions. But I think that's going to be something that's really going to help you to get a bit more spin on the ball. All right, mate. Talk to you soon. All right, this is some great progress, mate. First of all, not re-gripping the racket, which I know is something that takes a bit of focus to not have that happen. The racket drop is great, and delivering the swing a little bit more from this position, which means you can cut across the ball. You're getting this better angle here, right? So it's a bit more on a sort of 45-degree angle, which means you can brush up and create a little bit more topspin. And then the swing's a bit more natural because it's just moving with the angle of your body. You're not kind of throwing it out to the side while your body's facing forwards. And you're getting good topspin. There's a lot of margin. There's good bounce on that. And really, I think that's pretty fantastic. Now, I know in the past, you've sort of pushed the serve a little bit. That follow-through gets a bit pushy. You don't really let it go. Now, if you can brush across this ball, up and across it, and you can get the ball slowing down because of the spin, it's going to give you the confidence to accelerate and to swing through the shot. When you are hitting it a bit flat, you tend to push when you really need the ball to go in. It's kind of like when, quite often I hear when people are warming up their serve, they start with a second serve as their warm-up serve. And it's like, you don't have a good second serve if that's your mindset. Because when I'm hitting a second serve, I'm putting so much effort into that. I'm swinging just as fast as I do on a first serve. The spin's just slowing the ball down. So you need that kind of mindset where you can attack it. You don't have to go, crazy, but just swing through it, accelerate through it, and just have a thin contact on the ball and have that slow it down, because you're going to convert that power into spin, and that ball is going to be jumping around and moving, and you're going to get some net clearance. I do like that you're doing it from the ad side of the court, because I think it's a great way of practicing it. In your next video, let's see you doing it from the do side of the court and see what happens. But I think just let this settle in for a little bit, get used to doing it. Show me you doing it against an opponent. That would be awesome if you can make that happen. Let me know if you've got any questions. Talk to you soon.